Hello and welcome to NN Driven. I'm up in Brooklyn with FSD V12.3.2.1, and I'm going to make a run between the Botanic Gardens supercharger and the new Brooklyn supercharger down near Coney Island, and we'll just see how far and how well FSD gets us on that run, and we'll go from there. I know after driving this FSD yesterday that it does many things really well. It obviously still has some quirks. It's not perfect yet, but it's much more human-like. So let's give it a drive and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to drive us out of here since there is a manual gate. And then as soon as we're out of the gate, I will engage FSD. Okay, so we're going to make this run down to the Brooklyn supercharger. Let's see how we do. I'm just going to go ahead and engage FSD right here, and we'll talk our way through it. I will fast forward as the situation allows to try to keep this at somewhat of a reasonable length. It is saying 41 minutes to get there. As we saw, this Volvo is a little bit slow, just to show that FSD is not the only thing to be slow here and there. Hello. Oh man. Okay, it's our turn. Okay, didn't know what to do there. We're kind of stuck. I'm going to use the accelerator. They were all expecting me to go through, so that's what we did. We are on the auto speed. You can see that in the display right up here. It says auto. It will go what it thinks is the appropriate speed. This feels totally comfortable in this environment. It slows down a little bit, gives all these cars room to come through. Very nice. I'm going to just let the nav go which way it thinks is best. I do not know these roads, so I can't say whether that's an optimal route or not. The current alternate routes are, one is showing 38 minutes around the edge. One is showing 41 minutes going pretty much straight down from where we are. I think this will be more interesting to stay with the selected route. Everything's nice and smooth here. No qualms or quirks so far. Overall, my impression driving up from DC yesterday is that it is remarkably human-like. Has made a number of magical moves already in my drives through DC and Baltimore, or DC and Manhattan last night. It's a little uncertainty in the steering wheel here, but nothing dramatic. Both lanes go through. This truck is oddly positioned. See what everything happens here. Yep, it can slide right by here, no problem. Okay, we got a tight fit here. What's it going to do? Ooh, that is really, really close. Interestingly, it just pushed over. The guy gave me room. That was really tight though. I had no idea that lane sort of ended there. I'm gonna... Not sure why we're stopped here. We're going to push through. A lot of double parking in Brooklyn. You can see the car just naturally moves around just like a human would do. Very nice. No way any previous version of FSD would do that. If it did, it was more of a fluke than anything. Interesting that something about how we stopped at that crosswalk, I don't know, thought the light was controlling, I don't know. But I had to use the accelerator to push it through. There's nowhere to go. That's awkward. I'm actually just going to create a disengagement. FSD incorrectly started signaling to turn right when there was no ability for it to do so, which would just be confusing. I won't consider that a disengagement in this run because I just wanted to report that for them to be aware of, for Tesla. It had the right idea, but it just needed to wait until we actually were at a point where that mattered. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it'd certainly be a dead giveaway that it was a robot driving. Again, very smooth. That right turn was, completely imperceptibly different than a human being would do it. It does have his blinker on. Does not have his wheels turned though, like he's actually trying to get out. There's no one even in the car. It felt like FSD was going to give him just a moment to decide whether to go, and when he didn't go, it started moving. Sure enough, there is a moped-y kind of thing behind us. These things come out of everywhere when you're driving around this city. They go against traffic, through traffic, across traffic. All right, what do we have here? It looks like some sort of traffic circle-ish kind of thing. Okay, and it just goes so much more confidently as soon as the light turns green. I think we want to be in the middle lane here, most likely. That says straight through. That looks totally fine. Okay, I think follow that van if I'm not mistaken. Probably either lane works there. Looks like we might have some free running room here. Turn angle left here. So FSD clearly wants to go faster than this minivan does. I'm just going to let it stay here though. No need for it to jump around or anything. The speed limit is only supposed to be 25 here. So it's not like this is totally inappropriate. Okay, we lose our lanes. There's no one beside me. Okay, it's accelerating nicely. Even with still thinking it's only 25, it's going 33, which seems totally appropriate. Beautiful merge over. Even though this is a bigger road, we are still in cities and street mode. One thing about this version of V12 is that the highway remains on the old stack, which is much more based on heuristics. So when it switches over to that, you see the speed options change to an actual number. So auto goes away. Again, speed control here is pretty good. No one else around us is, the mass of people are going about the same speed. Obviously, there will be those on this road that try to gun it through this whole area, but not us. Very smooth slow down there, very, very human-like. Don't know why it wants to turn its tires right now. It's kind of interesting. Maybe it thinks this passport is stopped. Let's let the display. Notice the messages it's giving to me. First of all, it's preheating the battery. It's telling me go to somewhere else, less busy. This new supercharger is just completely overwhelmed. It's full all of the time, all hours of the day. we're going there just to notch another one up. 1500, I forget, something north of 1500 for me. And then, interestingly, this is a new feature relatively recently, which is that there are speed cameras en route. And on the map, you can see it right here. I don't know, can I tab on it? No, can't really tab on it. So that's all kind of nice. No weird slowdown there with the car turning away. Actually accelerated a little bit as he moved through his turn. Very improved over previous versions. Just to throw something in here, why don't we say we're going to go over here. See how well it gets us over there as an interim point, just to drag us along a little bit more. Very natural reaction to that guy cutting in. Just slowed down a little bit, no abrupt moves, no jerkiness. Okay, he's going to turn right here. We're going to slow down. Let's see how quickly it reacts to him getting out of the lane. He's already continues to move forward, doesn't react. Oh, that little child was really acting weird, so totally appropriate to slow down there. The car was pushing through, was not waiting for that other car to be completely gone before moving. It just kept moving forward. Overall, I would rate that really well. There's a little bit of an abruptness to the responding to that little child, but it's a little child on the side of a road, so totally okay with that. Okay, again, I put in another waypoint just to drag us off of Prospect Parkway here and get a little more side street action before we get to the supercharger. Maybe I'll even throw something else in before we get there. Bicyclist, Mercedes. Down we go. Went over the curb a little bit. So just really nice and quick reaction to the light turning green. We're gonna let it turn left here. Oh, this is interesting. It looks like it's a left underneath this subway, or the New York subway, which is actually above ground here. Let's see, then where could we drag it? Drag it down into here next. There we go. We'll let it do that route. Okay, what do we got here? We have a divided with some construction. Oh, oh. Okay. Was going to run into a concrete pillar. Okay, well that was a pretty critical disengagement. This feels slower than what other people are driving. It's doing 15, up to 20 now. That's a little better. Okay, then we should turn right here. There's a concrete pillar right up there where the local sign is, so we've got to go far enough and then go around that. I will be paying attention given what just happened. Okay, so far so good. No, don't go there. It's trying to figure it out. All right, that was fine. Left plenty of room. And then we should go right here. I think it's going to go right. It's appropriately waiting. It's sort of blocking the drive lane here when it didn't need to. Should have been over. Waiting for the pedestrians nicely. All right. Get rid of this waypoint. All right, it's sped up to 18 after the speed hump. This car behind us is not happy about our speed, but we'll have to live with it. I guess I would have expected to slide over here. It's not technically a turn lane, I don't think. We are in a one-way, though. The guy behind me is not overly moved over either, so who knows? This is totally fine. That would all just be kind of subjective decisions in the moment. School zone, but school's not in. Turn left here. Oh, goes nice around. Very nice job cycling around him. Perfect. Wait our turn. It's inching out, which is exactly the right thing to do. It's continuing to roll. Perfect. Always signaling intent. It's moving forward. Very nice. Double park car, slides right around, doesn't even hesitate, doesn't even think about it. Absolutely perfect. We're on a one-lane road here. Right down the middle, just what I would think actually. This is exactly how I would drive it, right down the middle. It's a one lane, no need to be on one side or the other. Give both sides room. Here it looks like we have to jink left and then right. This is totally unfamiliar territory to me, so I will be evaluating it just as FSD is. Okay, we have a green light. Car ahead's waiting for a pedestrian. Scoots around. Totally fine there. Looks like we're going to turn right at that little, at the light right there. Got a curb that juts out. It goes around that. Fine. Pedestrian in the middle of the road. This gives him room. Wow. So smooth. A little slower than I would have did it, but that is not a problem. It was still a perfectly fine speed. Again, slide out to give that car room. Get rid of this waypoint, and we will go to the supercharger. A bunch of double parked cars here. Doesn't even hesitate. Slide right on over. Speed hump here. We're going 20. Catches it down to 14. Totally comfortable. Another speed hump up there that I see. Yep, fine. 20, 15, 14, 12, 11. Very comfortable. Okay, we're going to turn left at the light. Could be a little closer to the yellow line, but not bad. Oh, we're back on this road. Okay, watching. Okay, that was fine. Okay, that one was fine. It had those lead cars to follow. That probably helped it some. No, keep going. Don't stop. Oh, it did it. It kept going. It thought about it and then realized it needs to just keep going. Perfect. I was just about ready to push the accelerator, and it just kept going. Okay. I have no idea whether this is a correct move to do or not. It's totally fine. The other car in front of us did it. Looks like it'll be okay. We're going to make a right turn up ahead in about a half a mile. Park cars again here on the left. But the lane does remain open. It gives us some room. It signals, it moves over. And just like that, back again. So it did, whoop, what the hell? Okay, it saw that like way ahead and then moved. Wow, very nice. We're gonna have to do it again, I think. Yep, saw it very early, moved back. Okay, we are turning right, but not until after that truck ahead of us. It's staying where it is. There's construction up here. I think we turned before the construction. Oh, okay, well that overly freaked out, caught everyone off guard, caught the pedestrian, caught the bus behind us. Yeah, and these tight city things, it's got to shave the margins even more. It seems crazy from a safety perspective, but you can't do that. I mean, he was staying tight to his vehicle, and he clearly, in an ideal world, he would have waited till there was not a car coming, but that's not the way things work in these dense cities, no matter where you are, whether it's Chicago or DC or New York or LA. Just can't do that. So you got to figure out a way to be smooth through there. Okay, and then we're going to do another right up here. No idea what this SUV is doing. Okay, our green light. It's going pretty slow here, doesn't know what to do. Yeah, got a little honk there. Needed to be a bit more aggressive than that. Here we got to get around this truck. What's it going to do? Come on, you need to give yourself a little more room. Oh, look at that. Very close, but it did give itself enough room, and it pushed just a smidgen into the other lane, which had traffic. Oh yeah, very nice. Kept pushing through even though that car was sneaking out. Okay, we're going to turn right at this light. Vehicles are stopped waiting for pedestrians. Okay, yep, you're good. Keep going. All right, well, that was good. Again, move through that red as it turned. I think that was exactly the right thing to do. All right, we're going to have to turn right. I think it's at that traffic light. Probably where that black car is going. No. Okay, well, it knew better than I did. There they are. Wow, how about that? So we got the EVgo stuff. I'm going to see where it parks me. This SUV is clearly, I don't know what they are doing. Navigation is complete, so this is where it's going to stop. Okay, we're going to end it there. That was an interesting drive. Lots of cool stuff. Two, I think, really critical disengagements, which are odd. And so that is pretty interesting. Don't back into me. Okay, he actually wants me over in another lane. Oh, holy cow. All right. There we go. Okay, thanks for riding along with me. I just have a half an hour wait here now. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining along.